So, hello guys, here we go again. Here's your Nivekkeke with a new tutorial, an updated tutorial, because a lot of people asked me in the last times if I could help them with installing this mod because I just couldn't get it to work. By the way, we were speaking about the Universal Model Loader, so UML, here on the website. The latest version for this mod is for Wot 1.11.0.0, so the latest version, just before the entrance of the Italian heavens. So what you're gonna do is obviously first the mod itself. So we're just gonna go on the website. The link is going to be in the description. Just go down. Here you see some pictures, some indication, my older tutorials, some more information about the lines that you're going to see later. Then we just scroll down, and here you have it. So here you have some known issues that you can get. And here's the download, so just simply open it. You're going to be redirected to a media file link. You just download it, and I already did it, so I'm not gonna do it again. So here we are with the mod. So we are just gonna go inside. Here you have some more information, instruction, hotkeys. Here are now again demos. So we're just gonna go inside here, and these three folders we're going to copy and paste them into the World of Tanks folder with mods 1.11, and just gonna copy and paste it here. Yes, I need to replace it because I already had some files, but normally you will just copy and paste it without a warning. So now what you are going to need, because we are going to use some remodels, we're going to need some remodels. I already downloaded it some, and you can find a lot of remodels on the site directly. So if you scroll down, you're just going to find, like here, MRAMs, ABRAMs, Leopard 2A5, A6, Challenger Mark II, some flag tracked vehicle, a wheeled vehicle also. Here you have an Italian main battle tank and so whatever, and you can find a lot of tanks, not only on this site but on this website you will find a lot of tanks. And there are also some remodels that are outdated, but it's just written that they are not working anymore. So normally all these ones are working and are tested. So when you downloaded some things, you're gonna extract them because there are going to be some WinRAR files. If you extracted them, you're going to get these files. Inside you have some pictures normally. Well, basically we're going to have some pictures, like here you can see the three different seasons. If you don't have a skin on your tank, it will just match this ones. Here you can see some details. Here again. So what you're going to, if you don't know, you can also look at here. Here are some instruction how to install it, how to get the animation to work. Yeah. So we're just gonna go into World of Tanks mods 1.11.0.0, so the latest version, and we're just going to copy and paste these Wot files. So for the Wot files, you can see it, Fisher Wot file. These files are compressed files, so all what you need, all the graphics, all the integrity are just in one file. You're just gonna copy and paste it. We're going to do the same for this tank. For that was the wrong one. For this tank and for this tank. So now you're going to go back, going to look at this, and maybe you're going to see not a Wot mod, but a folder with different little folders inside, like this one, with different textures. So this, these are the old ones. They're all working. It's just not in the same place. You're gonna copy and paste it. So you're going to go back in World of Tanks. You're going to go in res mods 1.11. Wrong side, sorry. You're going to go in res, and here you're going to copy and paste this scripts. Just copy and paste on the side. I'm going to get some information. Yeah, I know. So now it's done. Oh yeah, before I forget it, the best thing to do is before you start anything, do a backup before, because you will get some problems, because in West mods and in mods you're just gonna able to delete all the files inside here, but in the West folder it's going to be a little bit difficult because the game needs some files which are in this folder, like the packages, the audio, the key files. So be careful with it. Now we just created it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to activate the different profiles to activate our remodel. So for this, we're going to go in West Mods 1.11 script client mods, and here we'll get our file. Normally the game isn't started yet, so we are missing one file. So I'm just gonna start quickly my game, and you will see there will be one file more here. So here we're going again, and now you can see that it created a file named Ownmodel file. It is type XML, so we're just gonna open it with Notepad. Now we're just going to open one of my files. There you are. So just no, I don't need to search the different names. So what we're going to do, we are going to replace 4 tanks, in-game 4 tanks, by some remodels, and then we're going to see how to change in-game tanks into other in-game tanks. So for this we can see the on model file, just gonna open it, and here we can see all the different profiles from different tanks. So technically you could change any tank from the game into another tank of your choice, but they are not going to be the profile from all the tanks. So if you need some more profiles, you're just gonna need to make them. So the first thing we're going to do is to search for our remodel. So no, technically this should also be created, because when you copy and paste remodels, when you're finished, you need to restart the game, and if you restart the game, then you're going to be able to see the profiles. Like here you can see N22 is here, N14 is here, such as, because if you don't restart your game, so imagine the game is started, just copy and paste it, then you're not going to see these files. You need to close the game and restart it, then it's going to create automatically the added profiles. So what you're gonna do, I want the Norbert in 22, so I just want to activate this profile, so I'm just gonna change to true. Then the second line is swap NPC. This means before anything, I would not recommend you to activate it, because it's going to change all the tanks in the game that are chosen here to be the remodel. So if it's on false, just your own tank is going to be changed. Like in this case, the N22, I want my Progetto to have it like this. So whitelist, just let it on. It's just so it uses this line underneath here. So if this is on false, so just mine on Progetto is going to be changed into a N22 HSTV. If you change this into true, then all the Progettos are going to be HSTV. So not only mine, but also my ally and my enemy is going to be. For the Progetto, it doesn't really matter, because it's like a paper tank. But if you're going to change or remodel some heavy tanks like E75 or Maus or E100, then you don't want to get this remodel also on the enemy, because you will be in very difficult position to aim on the weak spots, because you're going to be in front of a completely different body type of tank. So you will not be able to shoot on his underplate or his cupola or on his weak spot, because you're not going to see them, because you're going to see a complete different tank. There are some remodels that you can find on the website that are just going to change some extra definitions. Like if you scroll down, you're going to find, like here you have M4 Sherman, Super Pershing, IS4 with some more details. On this remodels, you could activate it. You could activate the swap NPC, and all the IS3 will be an IS3 with more details. But for remodels, I will just not recommend it. So then use whitelist, just let it on true. So this is just going to be just gonna activate the list just underneath it. So for the names, because these are all the complete names of the tanks, so you will need the complete name. It's just so to search the names, there are three different ways to do it. The first way is the way if you have also if you just have some skin or also a remodel install or something like this, you can simply go in res vehicles, and there will be all the different nations: Germany, France, Great Britain, and you will be able to have the complete name. The second way is to get them into your replays folder. So here, when you have replay activated, you can find all the different names here. So like you can search for the Scorpion, it's going to be G114, for Germany 114. Or here you can see for the Batchettian Burrasque, it's going to be F116. For the Object 7032, it's going to be R165. But the third way to get the names is if you don't own the tank yet, you can go into res, into packages, and you will find all the different graphic packages, all the resources the game is using to start and to load all the graphics. So you will find all the different maps. You can find it. So in my case, I have it in SD and HD. So probably maybe you will just have the SD files if you just have the SD client. In the other way, you will get all the both. So here you can find all the different files to reskin the maps. And if you scroll down, you're going to find all the different levels from the tank, so level 1 to level 10. It doesn't matter in which folder you go, because even if there are part 1, part 2, HC or whatever, you just need the name. So the name will be the same in all the four folders. To open this type of file, the pkg, so package file, you will just need to use WinRAR. So in my case, just gonna open this one. Then you will have here a vehicles folder. Go inside. You will have all the different nations. So like you want M4 Sherman or something like this, you can go in American. And here we have all the different tanks: the Super Chaffee, Thunderbolt, the M18 Hellcat. And here you have all the complete name. So Hellcat will be A41 M18 Hellcat, and so you can simply go rename it and just copy and paste it if you need it. So when you have found all your different names, we're gonna just change this quick. So we done the first one, then we're going to search for N14 is our Leopard. We're going to activate it, and we're going to change my E75. Just gonna copy paste it. Then N40 is just beneath it. Just gonna activate it. I'm gonna use my T29. Next is the N20 Ariete, the Italian main battle tank. I'm just gonna change my Progetto, my tier 10 medium, into this tank. I know Progetto is not a main battle tank, but I don't care. I just like the form from it, the body. So now we changed it. So we changed the C1 is activated. Our HDS. So in this case, N20H STVL has two models. The first one is with wig, and the second one is no wig. So what this means is simply, if you're just gonna search it here, yeah. So you have the two models. So this is normal version that I activated just now, and this is the normal version, and you have the no wig version. So it's just gonna be without this like cage just behind the turret. I don't really care if it's there or not, so I'm just gonna let it be. So when the profile's activated, you're just going to save this file, and now we are going to reopen the game. If you already had the game open now by changing the files, you can just simply save, and when you go in the game, you're gonna press F5 to reload the graphics. And normally it should change, but we will just see it in a few seconds. So here we go again, and the first one we're going to see is our Progetto. So in this case it's worked, so we can see a C1 Ariete, so our main battle tank. Now you're going to look at our E75 if it worked, so this should know very yes, it's a Leopard 2A6, just beautiful. I think it's a ported file from War Thunder, so even on this you have some little animations, so these are automatic animations, so this little turret is just gonna turn itself, so in the game also it's going to turn. Now we're going to see our tool list one, so we got a Progetto with our beautiful HSTV tank that also have some shell ejection animation that we will see in the end of the video with some samples of the tanks in game. And the last one was our T29, which should be a M1 Abrams, and yes, it worked. Nice. You see a beautiful model. So we have a bunch of new modern tanks. So these 4 tanks worked. Now we're going to see how to use in-game resources for our tanks. So here we are back. Now we are going to change our in-game tanks. So like I said before, you will maybe not get all the profiles here. Like if you want to change some all tanks like the Waffenträger E100, it's not available anymore in the game, but the files are in the game. So we're just gonna search G98 and you will see he's not going to find something because the profile doesn't exist yet. So we're just gonna create some. So we can find at the end of the lines, you can find these lines, profile name placeholder, profile name placeholder. So we're just gonna, you could just change it here, but I just prefer to copy it. And we're going to insert it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For our 4 tanks, we need 4 profiles. So now we're going to take our name of the tank we want to take as a new model, and we're going to just copy it here inside this line and this line. We're going to activate the profile, and the tank I want to be a Waffenträger is going to be, in this case, just Jagdpanzer E100. I'm going to change it back later, but just for showing purpose, I'm just going to change my Jagdpanzer E100 into a Waffenträger. Next is our my new M4 FL10, so the new French tank. I want it to be the Fury. So this one, the M4A3 E8A is the Fury. So I'm just gonna need this remodel like this, just gonna activate it. Then we're going to take 2 tanks that are not very often seen in the game. It's the 222 SR and the object 708, 709, 0. Now I have it. So the object 222 SR is this tank. So I think it was some reward tank, the T20 medium. I think it was this reward tank that you could earn into these special modus, but a lot of people got a little bit tricky, and the tank will be taken away because they cheated in a way, like doing games at midnight together to get this tank. So normally you would not very seen this often in the game. And the second one is object 780, who is a heavy. So this type of tank, it's like on the super tests. I don't know if we are ever going to see it in the game, maybe, but like you see, it's a Chechen heavy tank that are somehow a little bit modern, so really flat. So on these 2 models, the files are normally in the game, but I'm not sure if it will work. So we will see. So we're going to take this file. So also all these names you will going to be able to find them in the packages. like I said, all the files are inside, and also this one. Gonna activate both of them, and for the the object 700 I want to be my object 2777, and the 222 for purposes I'm just going to get it on my object 430U. Now we just simply save it, and we will see us again in the game. So here we go again in the game. So we will look at our first one, who was my M4, the French medium, and it is a Fury. So in this case I have my skin on it, but you could simply go in here, just take it away, and you will have a complete Fury tank, but on my M4A1 FL10. So we will see how this works out. Then we had our object, we had our Jagdpanzer E100, was a tier 10. It's here, and yeah. Look what we have here, Waffenträger E100. Wow. So on the Jagdpanzer, maybe it's not the best model because Jagdpanzer doesn't have a turret. So basically this one turret is not really going to move. Maybe a little bit to the right, to the left, because Jagdpanzer have some movement there, but it's not going to be a complete turret. But yeah, you could take this remodel on any tank you want, so even on a Wolverine or F4 Shitbarn. So now we have our object 430U, and here we will see if it worked. And normally we should see a T22, and yes, it worked. Nice. Okay, so I have now a super rare T22 SR in my garage, known as Object 430U. So that's nice. Yeah, and the model itself, it resembles the Object 430U, so I think I'm just gonna let it like this. Yeah, and we'll see in the later in the games how this performs. And the last one was our Object 780, and it worked. Wow, that's something. I'm not sure I can say, but I'm very proud to be the owner of Object 780. So you can see it's a lot of follow underneath here. So yeah, that's something with a turret in the middle. We'll see what is it like to be driving this tank. So like you see, it worked, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helped you with some of your troubles. Don't forget, if you want to use remodels, you do copy paste remodels, and then you're gonna need to restart the game to activate the profiles, to be able to change the profiles. And if you go in the game and the tank didn't change, maybe you need to reload the graphics, and you do this and to just clicking on F5, and it's going to reload. So I'm just gonna do it, and you will see it's like reloading the page, the game. And normally if it didn't take the graphics instantly, it should take it now after pressing F5. If it doesn't work, then maybe your profile is not really activated, or maybe you will need to see if there are not two profiles activated with the same tank. That could be also a problem. If you have any other questions, just let a comment, and I'm gonna try to help you as best I can, and we will see you. See ya!